Hello lovely people, I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, Rainy Read Stuff. I'm here in the book shack. It's Tuesday. I'm going to do a Tag Tuesday on the right day. This one is the Clean Slate book tag. Now, this was, I think it was originally created by Catalyst Reads, who I'm not sure is around. But it's been resurrected by Jess Book Girl TV, and I was tagged by Jess. I was tagged by Alan at Alan's Reads, and I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. So I thought I'd better do this. Right, there are 10 prompts and a tag people. So, prompt number 1, are there any genres that you're going to read more or less of in 2025? I've had an urge recently to read a bit of fantasy, which has been quite lacking in my reading over probably many years, actually. I used to really love fantasy, but I haven't read so much recently. So I think it's about time that I dipped my toe back in. Anyone's got any recommendations? Leave them down below. Are there any books that you have read recently that have challenged some of your own philosophies and beliefs? That's an interesting one, isn't it? I tell you what, one book that wasn't that recent, but I think it was, I think I read it last year. I'm just looking it up. Oh, remarkably slow today as I want to use it. Yes. The book is called Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. And it is by Rennie Edo Lodge. I read it at the end of last year, middle of last year, and it really made me think. One of the reasons it made me think is because I would like to say that I am not racist at all. I have no, it doesn't bother me where people come from, what their ethnic group is, what their religion is, anything. It just doesn't bother me. However, this book really made me think about the privileges I have been given, I am afforded by society, being a white woman. If you get a chance to read it, because it really made me think, it was very interesting. Right, number 3, who would you recommend for a newbie to watch on BookTube? Well, where do you start? I've said before, I started watching BookTube because I came across Vin at Revenant Reads, and I really like reading history. Vin runs Historathon, so he was the first person that I really followed. The answer to this question really will depend possibly on the types of books you're interested in, although if you're like me, you will watch booktubers who read books outside your own comfort zone just because they're personable and knowledgeable and they give you an insight into something different. So people I watch regularly, Pat, my friend Pat at Book Chat with Pat, former English teacher, and knows so much, particularly poetry. I also watch regularly Roz at Scully Danglin about the books. She's got very wide taste in books. She tends to read, often she'll read much more up-to-date books than I will. I have no clue what's coming out in the world of publishing, but she selects some books that I think are just fabulous. Greg, another bibliophile, reads. Now, he reads more backlist books. There's crime and horror and sci-fi in there, but again, he's got a very wide range of books that he reads, and I am so jealous of his library. I can't tell you how much I would like to move in. Alan Reads, who not only tagged me, but he is a freelance biologist, and just recently he's been doing a series about nature books, whether they are based in this country, the UK, he is also from the UK, or abroad. And I find that fascinating because I'm just getting into them, and I am really interested in his recommendations. Gavin at Genre Books. Now, there's a man who likes a deep dive, and Gavin's preferred genre is sci-fi, but again, he reads very widely. He is really good at Project Gutenberg hauls, and coming up with a range of books that personally I've never heard of. Aaron and Aaron. Aaron, let's get this the right way round. From Aaron Read a Book and Aaron from Aaron Facer. Aaron from Aaron Read a Book seems to have very similar tastes to mine, actually. Reads widely, a whole load of genres. Aaron reads very widely, but he reads classics, poetry, a whole load of things. And I just find he's so calm. Angelia at Read and Reread. I love Angelia's channel. She's bright, she's vivacious, she's reads, again, very widely. I think I'm drawn to people who read really widely. Kim at Middle of the Book March. Jack at Spread Book Joy, just for talking so much sense. All three of those ladies I absolutely love. So that's lots. That's lots to get you started with if you haven't started already. Right, where's my questions? Do I have a book bucket list? Always. It's more like a large container. I'm always adding to it. It changes regularly. There are lots and lots of classics that I would like to read that I haven't, because although I read a lot, I feel there are certain gaps in my reading, but BookTube has really helped to start fill in some of those gaps, but also it's highlighted more gaps. So yeah, the bucket list is huge. What is it about BookTube that has surprised you the most? I don't think I've been, maybe I was initially. When I first started my channel, I was I was gobsmacked by how welcoming everybody was. I expected, the first thing I did was rope in family and friends to watch my channel. And then other people started watching, and all of a sudden, you found friends. Genuine friends. People that you talk to about other things as well. And that's just lovely. The community just sort of embraces anyone who likes to read a book. It doesn't really matter what book. If you like reading, you're welcome here. And that was lovely. I found some wonderful booktubers from other countries as well. And so you get recommendations from Berna's in Turkey, Elisabeth's in Canada. There's lots of Canadians, lots of Americans, lots of people from the UK, Bryndis in Iceland. And it's just so nice to meet people from all over the place and have that connection with books. Where am I? Number 6. What is some of your goals? Doesn't have to be booktube. Well, if it is booktube, it's just to carry on as I'm carrying on and getting to know more people and chatting to them and getting more book recommendations and all that sort of stuff. On a personal note, I'm about to set up a small business, a small creative business that I'm not going to say any more about other than that. But I am looking forward to trying to make a success of it. I don't want to earn a fortune. I want to make a living. As anyone who has been on visited this channel more than a couple of times knows, I am ungainfully unemployed for the last 4 years since I took voluntary redundancy. I've basically been sitting in a shack reading books. But I enjoy that. Anyway, I quite like to successfully launch this small business and make a bit of a go of it. Number 7. If you could meet, dead or alive, any writer, artist, or musician, who would they be? Shall we do one of each? I think I would like to meet James Joyce to ask him why his books are so complicated. And I would like to get some sort of insight into what on earth possessed him. Currently reading Finnegan's Wake, loving it, not understanding a word. I would also like to meet Toulouse-Lautrec because I love his style of artwork, his posters and things like that. I think they're brilliant. Music-wise, I like a lot of different genres of music, but I think I am going to say Bob Marley because the sun's shining and it's warm, and when the sun's shining and it's warm, I think of Bob Marley. What can I say? Would you rather have your life written by your favourite author or be portrayed in a movie by your favourite actor, actress? Well, I think one of my favourite actresses for virtually all my life is been Jodie Foster, since probably I first saw her in Bugsy Malone and thought she was fabulous. But one of my favourite films actually is Nell, which is one of her least popular films, but I really like it. I think she's very talented. But I don't know why she would want to play me in anything. Okay, my life has been a bit crazy here and there, but No one wants to make a film out of that. If anyone was going to write my life, I'd want it to be P.G. Wodehouse, because I think my life has had a fair amount of humour in it, and he would be able to make it funnier. It would make me smile. What are some of the challenges you have overcome or would still like to improve in regards to your channel? Probably the techno stuff. I'm very much a let's film this and stick it on Tinternet, rather than let's film this and then edit it and take out all the bloopers and the ridiculous things that you said incorrectly. I ought to do more editing, really. And it's not as if I'm not computer literate. I just haven't bothered to find out how. So yes, probably that. Number 10, final question. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about deleting their YouTube account? Don't do that. Think about it first. It's a bit like when you purchase something. Say you're purchasing something from Amazon. Someone years ago gave me a really good bit of advice, because my purchasing can be out of control sometimes. So you put it in the basket and you leave it there. And you leave it there for a couple of weeks, because let's face it, unless it's a dire emergency, nothing is going to happen in those couple of weeks. And then you look at it again and you decide whether you really want it. And I would say the same with YouTube. Just leave it, walk away from it. By all means, have a break. Lots of people do that, and it's very healthy to do that. But don't delete it as a knee-jerk reaction. Don't delete it because somebody's upset you. Just walk away, think about it, and then come back to it. On Amazon, if you do that, they often drop the price. We're not. Yes, we are going there. I got, those little Black Penguin classics. I got a box set of 80 of those. When I put them in my basket to think about, they were about 52 quid. When I finally bought them a couple of weeks later, they were 32 quid. What a bargain. See, something might happen with your YouTube channel. You might just have, in that intervening couple of weeks, enormous inspiration or enormous subscribers uptake. Who knows? Who knows what might happen? So don't just delete it. Think about it first. That's it. That's the 10 questions. I don't know whether I'm going to tag anyone or not. I'm not very good at tagging people, because by the time these tags get to me, everybody in the world that I know has already been tagged. So if you fancy doing this tag, if you like it, do it. And thank you for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you. Tomorrow, would you believe, is the final day of April. So I will be back with a "This is what I plan to do in May" video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by the Book Shack. And I will speak to you very soon. Bye-bye for now.